Welcome to our last training camp together in preparation for the Arctic Spine. The eagle-eyed among you will realise where we are. For the less observant, we are here on the side of Penny Van. It's got obvious connotations, and that's partly why we've picked it for some hard physical training, but more importantly, we wanted to bring ourselves together to communicate, to connect, to iterate our systems, to train and prepare. So we're going to take you through all of that. You're going to follow us around, see what kit we're using, how we're deploying it, how we're communicating as a team as it gets days few until the race begins. So action-packed episodes, loads to come. If you love kit, tents and fizz, you're going to love this episode. If you do, drop us a comment. If not, let's get stuck in.
You need to get here.
So it's geometric, isn't it? It's not a fucking. It's not a tunnel, is it? No.
It's the wrong way around. Oh no, it's not.
It's geometric shape. It's not a tunnel, is it? Dome.
It's a dome, yeah.
So the problem you're gonna get with this is you've got to fucking fuck off. You've got to it's an intricate system of feeding fucking poles through this bastard.
No, they all just clip.
Yeah.
So you go colour to colour,
and then just start clipping.
Yeah, let's get this right first. Without the inner, you're cooking that.
Yeah. With the inner, you can cook that, yeah.
Too much fuckery to have both, isn't it?
Yeah, but as in without the inner, we can sleep this way.
Right. One person can.
No, one thing.
No, mate. By the time you get a bag and a fucking 6.5 foot further, lay out, head down.
There's fucking loads of room.
Yeah, but it ain't about you, it's your fucking bag, and your bag's going to be touching the top and bottom to get piss wet through.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
should have north-south straight away, if you have, yeah. Yeah, this is almost identical to the Baron, just different colour. What's the two? And if I'm correct in my estimation, then this is all porch. From there to here is all porch. I think you've actually got fucking more rods than that. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got good vents on this, to be fair, like really good vents. Like fucking huge. Yeah, this system around the shell comes complete with bird food. It's quite a lot easier to get it seated. Just go straight into it, you're in. See that, like you're adamant it's seated, but it fucking just needs feeding all the way down to a little bit more. That's it. Which is why I think part of the system is having someone feeding the pole, someone checking off that we're seated.
Yeah.
So one on each side. There you go, you're in. See, it's so convincing, isn't it? When you're like, yeah, that's definitely in. And it wasn't.
Was it not in?
No.
That's interesting, isn't it?
All you need.
Out.
So you practice it as if it's two people putting it up.
I'm with you.
Because a third would then be getting ready to fucking go and do to get the stoves out of shit.
Yeah.
So if you pin each corner, like here and here, it should stay up on its own if you just fucking see it, if you just hold it here. There's a load of tension on it. Load of tension, there you go. It's just fucking... That's it, the shape's in. Is if the wind moves, Phil's advice was to move your tent. Because if you pitch it and the wind's going this way, you're sweet. And if the wind changes and you're here, it's just going to get hammered. And it'll shred your tent. So, well, it won't shred this, but he was like the advice of a tunnel tent, if the wind changes direction, you've got to move the fucking tent.
Well, depending how fast the wind is, how hard it's moving, how much we're getting a battering, we could jump out and move it, lift and shift, shed, and then roll it up.
So you think, I don't know how many sections are on there, I didn't count. But imagine basically you've now created a situation where there's only 3 sections in this. So you just fucking push this back like taking a Johnny off.
Yeah.
Break in, roll, done.
You just like it's like an accordion, you fucking concertina.
Yeah. So and then when you get to the other end, it's just like reseat it, fucking pull your Johnny back on again, and then you're up.
I'd never thought of not taking an inner, and when doing this in Norway, it's crusty. When you're then pulling out, it's always crusty and fucking like a bit weighty.
Because if we're going to put it as best we can into the wind, so there's a vent there and there, it should clear us through. Should.
I mean, worst case scenario, what we could do, we could set up like it is, and this is how we go. And then we get fucking day 3,
it's
we keep
working.
using it, and so we just whip the fucking, and just stay, we had it anyway.
Yeah.
It's probably better to have it than not.
So
Still probably diffy.
we'll pull this. Yeah, we'll pull this down in a minute, and then. But then in terms of stowage, I just think we just alternate each day who carries it.
Yeah.
Just because it was
It's all going to be in one.
It's the only team kit we're going to have.
Yeah.
Aside from the maps.
Yeah.
Well, we just fucking divvy that up with whoever's carrying it is also mum then.
Yeah.
Fucking easy. So
And
if
then
it's
so-
my dick carrying it and mum that day, you'd boys take it out of my pack, crack on, and I'll
So
get everything else in it.
in terms of erection and then mum, that sounds weird together, doesn't it? Mum giving me an erection.
Again, depends who's mum.
I mean, like you saw when I dug in my tent, and I dug it in probably 2 feet deep, and I just like had my poke and stuck my skis and poles in, did my digging, got my tent up, went around, pulled my poke up alongside it, and it was actually quite nice. I had a little fucking shelf to get my shit out.
Yeah.
Just fucking left it at the top. It's a proper doofer. The one I was like a fucking, you know, triangle like that. It's cut on an oblique and it's a flap, and you like fucking every time you fucking get out of it, you hit it and snow all on your fucking neck.
No, you're in there.
It's a proper little hover.
My
bike.
fucking bad knees are
There's no point in bringing this, is there?
I don't think so.
It's a really good tent though.
It is a good tent.
I mean,
It's
the
not big
only
enough.
reason we'd end up fucking using that is if something fucking terrible happened to this.
The same with one man, but it takes ages. It was
Yeah,
just
good
tiring.
quality.
But,
But then
that could be equally as tiring if you by that point.
I think that'd be fucking harder one up, honestly. I think
The benefit
personally,
of those that they were saying is
with us, you would just do it different.
Yeah.
You just fucking see
Yeah.
the poles peg in one side,
Yeah.
pull it tight.
benefit of those is it doesn't matter if the wind change direction.
No.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that'd be a bollock on your own.
And digging it in. Small footprint.
I guess it's right to fucking. To
Or we
plan
just
B and
fucking
C, but-
eggs in one basket, innit? And just go that.
Well, we've also got, you know, the huts.
Mhm.
The plan, if executed perfectly, would mean this and never come out of this fucking bag.
Yeah.
If executed perfectly, that's a big if. So the thing we're here to develop and train is the same thing I advise every single man develop and train on in his own life. It's systems. It doesn't matter whether you're doing what we're doing, iterating systems to erect and collapse tents quickly in adverse weather conditions, or whether you're devising a system that ensures you can nourish yourself with the right meals 3 to 4 times per day. It might seem like a bit of a faff, it might seem like a mother's meeting, but we're solving the problem once. We're creating a system we can set and forget so it becomes repeatable. When we're tired, we're stressed, we're short on time, the system works. And that's what I want to encourage, not only in our team on this adventure, this expedition, this race, but in your life. Solve the problem once, set and forget, repeat the system. Don't waste bandwidth every day.
Happy? Fucking snuggling up to them. Oh, nice. Such a clever lad. You technologies. How do I turn this on? Dude, you've not fucking tried any of the buttons yet. How do I turn this on?
The only button on there.
Only one button.
Yesterday.
Just keep
Well, it's
pressing-
turned off. Or the turnover in euros is in billions.
Said to Jared yesterday, I used to do this in the back of a 4-tonner, no space at all, seconds. Now, mate, I feel like I need a fucking full-on table.
I do that because it looks really cool.
What?
Just learning how to put compass to myself. And people are going to think I know what I'm doing. Watch this. Watch this. Mine's red though, it's not tactical. Fuck.
So we're here now, and we're going to go down across the main road, get the other side, and there is like a little footpath that has the base of that feature, and then it brings us to the car park where we had clients that time. And we're going to go up that same path to the top of the fan. So box round Corndu, or if Viz is good, we could go up it just for a bit of eyes on, and then up to the fan. It's a fucking, the trail's so bombers, it's impossible to miss.
Yeah.
Because then obviously then we can give ourselves a backstop and boundaries each side. But obviously knowing the area, if Viz is in, which it probably will be, when we get to this, it's called Willy Gap,
Right.
because when you get there, it's a little saddle, and it's a spaghetti junction. There's fucking paths going everywhere. But
that's
at
a good
that
place to
point,
live then.
it's a good good practice at that point to know how to pick up the path which takes you up the fan.
Can you? Are we in or are we up here? Oh, you're in a saddle. We said.
It's in the saddle, but you're exposed. It'll be, the cloud will be in.
So you could do a couple of exercises and just point out a feature.
Yeah.
Well, up there you can
we'll hit
take
the
a
fan.
good bearing. Yeah.
We'll hit the fan, and then go from there. In terms of trusting the bearing, you're not going to have any second guessing when you take it, because it's so fucking obvious.
Yeah.
So you're not.
Which would be
It's
good for learners.
it's almost more helpful if you are second guessing, because you've got to make absolute sure.
Exactly.
I'm sure.
Because like we know we're going to hit the road, and you know your bearing should be pointing you that way.
So we're going
if
straight north,
it's going that way, you'll just go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've got a bearing of 270, so that might go straight north. Nah, it's 270. I'm pretty confident.
Pretty fucking sure.
Yeah. Okay. Back on then. We'll follow.
Okay.
So we were here, yeah, and then we basically just boxed north, hand-railing the road over that terrain there, and then we pinged this river and that woodblock as the backstop.
Yeah.
So like if Viz was in now, we know, and this track wasn't a fucking motorway, we know that if we hit that river, we've gone too far, and that's our signal to then like the end of that leg to then start boxing northeast. Yeah. So now we're at this point here, and we know there's a footpath that's going to take us all the way. But if not, like we'd just be taking our bearing, nice and straightforward there. So we'd be moving at 0.850 mils, which takes us directly up. And because Viz is quite good, you can actually see where the path crosses over the top of the ridge. Yeah, boy.
Carrying on.
So literally just as you punch through that next 50 metres, that's when we get to Windy Gap. It's deceptive, but it might not be as windy as it typically is. It feels quite calm here. But as soon as you come over there, it's like a spaghetti junction up there.
Yeah. You can see the way the wind's tracking over the top. As soon as we go over there, it's going to cut through that midpoint, isn't it?
So that's Corndu there, which from the road.
This is Corndu.
This is Corndu. Yeah. From the road, when you see, because the fan and Corndu have that like tabletop shape, really prominent.
Yeah.
As you drive down, you'll always see the two peaks, and a lot of people always mistake that for the fan.
Yeah.
So they'll come up, hit the top of that, and then realise there's no fucking stone there, and then you just go down a saddle and up the other side. You can see like the Clag's quite in now. If you don't know where you're going, it's very easy to think, right, we need to go
keep going upwards. Yeah.
So presumably we're proper down here.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But this is normally windy as fuck. Yeah. Down there, like. Okay.
Picked up around here. Fucking flashed it over and the jug cracked and broke at the table. Kids are allowed at the front.
We've got the same phone case. Yeah. It's just like mine. I was waiting for them to push out the way.
Oh, I ain't got no hot wet.
What your boots say about you. And those ones, it said watched one Alpine documentary. So I want to hit the top of Cribbin, which is this way. So we've come down Jacobs here. Now we're basically just crossed that. Yeah. And now we're at the point where we're going to go up.
Just taking off about 30 metres of climbing. Just going straight across. So you can actually go something in Cribbin, is that what you said?
So yeah, the other option is we just box around. But I think we continue to go up here either way to give us more to nav.
It's called aggressive.
Risky and aggressive. No peeking.
little red thread in this big red shed, and then that's my fucking, and then I'm like,
if beyond the 10-minute point.
yeah. So even if, to be fair, even if that wasn't a bomber's footpath,
Yeah.
and you knew that's where you wanted to head, you would just instinctively say, right, well, I'm going to stay on that ridge because it's going to be very obvious to me based on using the contours where I am. So I would just stay on top of that ridge line.
But we know that we need to move south at some point.
Yeah, so we're just following that round.
And we want the best course of action. So back to last night.
Lessons learned.
Lessons
What
learned.
did you learn, Johnny?
I learned that the ground is cold when your mats deflate.
So no, Matt's no good.
Well, I mean, it's a good point, isn't it? It was bloody freezing for me, fucking cold out there, because I was on the ground. But it's a kit check, isn't it? We were checking the tents, checking the speed at which we can put it up together, checking the drills, and obviously checking whether or not I was going to die or not. And I didn't.
But you might.
But I might have. So
Yeah,
now,
if it was minus 30, you might have.
now we know it's a trip to TISO or whatever and get ourselves some good kit. But yeah, not much fun for me last night. I'm sure you boys had a lovely toasty time.
I was too hot.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice.
That's the point of, though, isn't it? You know, the point of wasn't us just going for a jolly and going for an aggressive camping trip. It was figuring things out, and sometimes, unfortunately, we figure things out by it going wrong. But better it go wrong here.
Yeah, better it goes wrong now.
Same with the actual tents itself. Like, obviously, we had in mind we could use that 3-man, but then actually, upon putting it up, it was an ambitious 1-man. You know, there's no way we're going to fit us plus polar gear plus bags. All that stuff was just not going to work in that.
Yeah. Well, the concern, obviously, the flip end of that was the admin of having the 4-man and having the extra spaces. Do we need all that much? Is it more to carry? But having gone through the drill, put it up between the three of us, we've already worked out a very simple and quick system.
Even
which
though
means that
identified-
out there, we'll be confident.
Cookers at one end, burgers at the other. Like, being able to identify all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not new, and we're not figuring this out. In any race that I've been on, probably you're the same. Like, that really, you start to see the pack separate like midpoint of the race, and it really is like who's solved the problem and figured out a system,
Yeah.
and who hasn't yet.
Yeah.
So if we can pre-solve those problems, you know, of course there's still going to be more for us to figure out when we actually get into the area, but just being able to figure out like where the cooker's going to go,
It's simple, isn't it?
where the burgers, versus wait until day 3 and we've had like 4 fucking stove spillages, wet sleeping bags because we didn't bother after.
Maybe we should do it this way. It's like, well, we've already.
Yeah.
You make those mistakes early. Create, as you say, create systems.
Yeah.
Test. Drill.
There's other little
Okay.
bits that I think we'll figure out more so when we're there because it'd be temperature dependent. But it's little things like who sleeps in the middle.
Yeah.
Because that one in the middle is the warmest.
Yeah.
So
No, he wasn't.
I wasn't.
you wasn't. No, but what I'm saying is like if it's let's say that at night it gets down to -40 with the wind, like just being in the middle can sometimes give you that little bit more comfort.
Yeah.
And I think quite a good way of mapping that is almost like an energy score each day. Like, so who's at, like, we might have had a really long hard day, and it's just a case of, again, it's subjective, but like, Mark, where you at? I'm a 6 out of 10. Johnny, where you at? Yeah, I'm a 7 out of 10. Plum, where you at? I'm a fucking 2 out of 10. Like, and then that means that I might get the easier
you'll
task.
be the mum and
I'll
the
be the
middle.
mum and get the easier bit. But obviously that's not foolproof because your 6 out of 10 might be my 2 out of 10.
Even the
so,
concept
but we
of
have
mum,
to-
we should probably explain that. The concept of mum that we're bringing over, of like, in a 3-man team, there's not necessarily 3 people that need to be working at the same time, and it's too many chefs spoil the broth. So like 2 men need to do this, the third person gets looked after, go in, put your warm and dry kit on first, and then start preparing hot water whilst the other 2 are working, so they can then come into that. So these little things that people just aren't, well, yeah, I believe in the value of pre-solving problems, create the system, replicate the system rather than trying to solve the problem every day.
Alongside that, so we've created a system of who mum is and then what their job is when it comes to the tent erection, and you would think that we would rotate mum each day,
Yeah.
but actually, like, that's really good now
Yeah.
in theory, but in practice
Someone's
someone might need to be mum 3 days in a bounce
Yeah.
because they're fucking dangling,
Yeah.
and that's a way that we can get them through.
Yeah.
So it's been able, like, using that energy score to communicate like where you're at
Yeah.
as truthfully to how you feel in that moment.
Yeah.
I think will be a really good way for us to go, right, let's get right. But what's important with that is we need to be fucking honest
Yeah.
and not be a hero.
Yeah.
And not be at a 2 and say you're at a 6.
Yeah. Yeah, and even like zooming out again, looking at all this stuff, like, you know, we've already got to the really pointy end of the spear where we're already finding ways we can gamify and work the system to our advantage. Imagine if you hadn't done any of this.
Yeah.
And imagine if you didn't know how your tent goes up. Imagine if you didn't know like who's doing what at what time and which end the bags are going to be at. If you didn't know any of this sort of stuff, we've now got 3 or 4 different things we can tweak the dials of to make life easier or more challenging based on our energy. If you'd done none of this, you'd be coming into it like, I don't know my pork works, I don't know how to put my tent up. Like, all this would just be a fucking, you're giving yourself so much to do in a time when you haven't got any cognitive bandwidth available, and it doesn't matter that it's about a race. This is how most people approach their fucking life.
Yeah.
If, like, I want to try and eat better. Okay, cool, what's your system? They haven't got one, so they're like, oh, sometimes I get a meal deal, and sometimes I wake up at 6, but sometimes I wake up at 8, and, you know, I buy this fresh every day. It's like, mate, this is a mess. Let's fucking simmer it down, so we've got 3 or 4 different levers we can pull and tweak, and it just makes life so much easier.
So I just mentioned the 1 to 10 energy scale that we can use to identify when we're dangling and what state we're in, so who does what. And then off camera, Johnny brought up a better system, which I just think is worth covering off now, because this is what we're going to use instead.
Yeah, it was to your point you made when we were talking before about each of us having a different interpretation of a 1 to 10 ratio. It's like, what is your 8 versus my 8, and what does that mean to each other? So if we drop it back down to 3 manageable points, and what we're looking for is an A, B, C, B being the neutral point in our mood and in our energy, overall energy. Thank you. So B is what we're looking for. A, if somebody's describing themselves as being A, they're quite excited, the system's quite aroused, they're quite ready to go, maybe full of energy, maybe pushing that energy a bit too far. We probably want to bring that back down. It's not necessarily something that's bad, but it's something we'll have to keep monitoring. That person might shoot off a little bit hard and push the others too hard or whatever.
So in a practical terms, that person, if they're point man, they're trailblazing, we would get them to the back of the
yeah, and just try and kind of manage that you know, the wrong way to put it, but that overexcitement or that potential for it at least. And as I say, B is neutral. It's introspective. It's thoughtful. It's neither over the top, happy, nor down and feeling like you're struggling. And C is obviously where you might be saying you're struggling a little bit. None of them are overt in that sense. B is where we want to be. A doesn't mean a bad thing. C doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing. You brought up a good point. You might want to be in that. Saying that you're C doesn't necessarily mean we have to stop and group in and bring that person up. It just means now we need to monitor, ask you what you need, and keep an eye on it and come back to it every so often. So if we all randomly in an open area just shout out scores, and we get 2 Bs and a C, then really our focus should be, are you all right?
Talking about GCSE results.
You've done well. So if we work it out that way, then there's less open to interpretation, and actually what we're looking for is parameters to manage. Bs, we just crack on. He shouts A, we're all right, okay Mark, where do you need to be? And C, we manage it up. And it could be nothing really, just us knowing.
just knowing.
And I think we added one on. ABC was my idea, and this wasn't my idea originally. It was a good friend of mine, Gaz. And then we can perhaps add in a D, which somebody is actually saying outwardly, listen,
Critical.
critical. We need to stop, need to drop in. I might be, whatever it might be, is very negative, and we need to manage it right there and then. That gives us a lot less open-ended parameters to work with, and a pretty steady system, I think, doesn't it?
I think quite a crucial point to add into that is if somebody's an A, like banter's obviously quite high, and not bantering that they're a D. So then D becomes like, do you know, if you're A and when we're doing something shit, and it's like, I'm a D, lads, I'm a D, but actually, like, so we almost protect that D.
Don't want to cheapen the value of the D.
Don't want to cheapen, because you don't want someone to feel like they can't say they're a D.
That's really key, mate. Yeah. D's got to be something you keep.
Yeah, we don't joke about it.
If you say it and it means something to the others as opposed to whatever, mate. Yeah.
So it becomes like it's the safe word.
Yeah.
Cactus.